And now, here's your host of Shaping Success, Wes Tankersley.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Shaping Success. I'm your host, Wes Tankersley. Before we get started, please do me a huge favor. Please like, share, review, go follow, subscribe on YouTube. Wherever you're listening to this, please make sure that you help me to get the word out. I really appreciate you being here today. I wanted to talk to you something real quick. This is the Wednesday episode, raw, uncut, unedited. Just me talking about things that I'm going through. And I want to talk to you about getting started today. What are you doing to get started? What are you doing to be better today? The hardest part about getting started is getting started, right? So you have goals, you have desires, you have dreams, you have things that you want to do, but oftentimes you stop and you realize that it's not going to happen, or I'm not going to do it, or I can't make it happen, or you just get in this space where this isn't going to happen, where there may be someone telling you, hey, you can't do it. You can't build something that this isn't going to happen. You can't do it. That's all there is to it. And they like to tell you that. And problem with that is that most of the time when they're telling you that you can't do something, they're telling you that because they're afraid to do it themselves. And if they're afraid to do it themselves, then of course they're going to tell you that they don't want to do it. So you have a goal, right? One of my friends was talking about the small steps and things like that in his podcast, and talking about how you have to start, small steps to get there. Well, I want to challenge you to think a little bit more on another end of that. You must begin with the end in mind. You must be able to see what the end result is. You must be able to visualize that to understand the steps that it's going to take to get you to that end result. So what that means is you have to be willing to work at all those little steps in order to make it happen. Another guest that was on here just released a blog about being consistent, okay? So being consistent, beginning with the end in mind, and then being consistent through those goals that you do every single day go hand in hand. I am not going to become a better podcaster by not podcasting, right? I am not going to get more downloads by not being consistent in the way that I release things. I'm not going to get more YouTube follows by not putting it on YouTube. So these are all things that you sit there and you think about over and over again, and you realize that you're not taking the proper steps in order to be successful in whatever it is that you want to do. So what you have to do is you have to think about the end result, and then you need to write down all the little steps that it's going to take to get you there. And you know what's funny is you think that you have all the steps in there, but you may find another step in between there that you need to do in order to complete that goal. So over and over and over again, you must be willing to push, to prod, to continue, to move forward towards reaching those goals. So if something doesn't go the way that you thought it did, I started a podcast 3 years ago. I have 30-something thousand plus downloads. I have 669 subscribers on YouTube. I need 1,400 or 4,000 watch hours in order to get that. Well, what am I doing? I'm not going to get those watch hours by not promoting it. I'm not going to get the downloads or the video views or the subscribers by not asking for it. People don't just find you. And you can ask anyone who has millions of followers and things like that, how they got where they got, what it took to get there. And 99% of the time, they're going to tell you, I wasn't just discovered. Heck, you can have a viral video. I have 22.5K, 22.6K followers on TikTok. I've had a video that went 109,000 views, all because of me telling people that I didn't look like I was as old as I was. And there was a lot of hate and a lot of people arguing with that and a lot of things like that, but it got a lot of views. I also did another one that got 61,000 views, and people are using my voice. So that stuff happens, but do you see me being super famous? No. Do you see me getting more downloads off of those? Just because they went viral or just because they got a lot of downloads doesn't really mean anything. And if I stopped doing what I was doing after that happened, what am I doing? What am I doing? So this is going to be super short, but what I want you to tell you again, I want to reiterate the whole situation. You need to start thinking about what you want to do. You have to think about the end result. You have to visualize what that looks like, and you have to do all the little steps in front of that to make it happen. Okay? If you don't, If you decide that I'm just going to phone it in, I'm not going to do the work, I'm not going to do those types of things, then it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because it's not going to happen. So again, as I said before, begin with the end in mind. Think about the small steps. Follow through. Be consistent. If something doesn't go the way you want, you're going to have to punt. You're going to have to reorganize. You're going to have to rethink the actions that you took and try again. The only time you do not succeed is when you quit. The only time you fail is when you quit. It may not look like what you expect it to look like. It may not happen in the order that you expect it to happen, but it will happen if you're willing to push forward. I hope that you have a great day. I hope that this found you well. Again, please like, share, and review. I'm trying to get this YouTube count up to over 1,000. And if you see any videos or any interviews and things like that you would like to watch, please feel free to watch them. Part of getting monetized on YouTube is having subscribers and having watch hours. So those are the cheapest, most free things you can do to help any creator do anything. Until next time, I challenge you to find the shape of your success.